I'm always looking for a really quick midweek recipe, and this one really hits the spot. It's a Panang curry using beef, and instead of using chunks of beef, I'm going to speed it up even more by using some beef mince. You could also use chicken mince, turkey mince. They all work really well with this delicious Panang curry paste. It's always great to have really good quality curry paste in your pantry for a very fast meal just like this. I'm going to start by cooking off the meat because I want it to go crispy and golden. I've been preheating my wok. You want it to be quite hot. You can just do this in a pan if you like. Peanut oil is my preference. And you can see how that's smoking, and then in with our meat. So we want to break it up with our spoon first and then just leave it. Let it get crispy on one side. Because it is so hot, it won't take long at all. I'm also going to add some onions in a moment and some green beans. You can be completely versatile with this recipe. If you want to add some peas, you can add them, some corn, any type of vegetable, carrots, they'll all work really well with this. I'm just going to stick to beans today, and I want them to be quite crunchy, so we're going to add them at the last minute. So just going to cut them into, I'd say, 2-centimetre battens. You could even use some frozen vegetables for this. It would work totally fine. Okay. Now, Panang curry, despite the name, it actually doesn't come from Malaysia, the island of Panang. It's a Thai curry, and it's got lovely, rich, robust flavours. All right, let's have a look at our mince. Oh, see how we've got some caramelised bits there? Fantastic. And now that a lot of the liquid has gone, we can add our onions, finely sliced. And I'm going to give that about 2 to 3 minutes just to cook the rawness out of the onions before I add the Panang curry. All right, these have softened down, so we can add our Panang curry paste. So aromatic. We're going to add about 1/3 of a cup, and it's got a fantastic shelf life, straight back in the fridge, and you can use that for another curry at a later date. So we want to cook that off. It's got chilies throughout it, onions, kaffir lime, coriander root, and you can smell that as it starts to cook with the beef. Just fantastic. Now for the creamy component, 1 whole can, so 270 millilitres of coconut milk. And at this stage, we can add our beans. No lid required because this is a speedy curry. This is going to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes just to soften those beans ever so slightly. While that's happening, I can prepare some of the garnishes, a little bit of coriander and some chilli. Just a long chilli so it's not too spicy for me. All right, just turn this down. It is looking just right. And with all good curries, you want to balance it right at the end. So I've got some lime, sugar, and fish sauce. About half of lime for this. This one's particularly juicy. So I'll just place this into my nifty little lime juicer and squeeze that in. I love lime for this, so you can add quite a lot to it. Some sugar, just a small pinch. Not too much. It doesn't need too much sugar, particularly because there is also some sugar in the Panang curry paste. And to season it, just a hint of fish sauce. Tiniest amount. Give it one last stir and we are good to go. You could serve this with some rice noodles or just some classic steamed jasmine rice. And we're going to add a generous amount on the side. If you want this to be saucier, all you need to do is add another 200 mils of water. So you just rinse out your coconut milk can and add that. I think it's looking just right. And for the finishing touches, the addition of an egg, a soft-boiled egg. I just love this, totally optional. See how jammy that is in the centre. Pop that on the top. And chilli, just the long chilies, which are actually quite mild. Some coriander and the crunch of some peanuts over the top. That's my lovely, rich and aromatic Panang curry with a bit of a midweek twist there by cooking it with some mincemeat.